Went up to sunroom, and when I tell you, my whole house went crazy. My whole house went crazy. Literally, my whole house went crazy. My drawers, my cabinets, my doors. Um, it sounded like a football team was running up and down my stairs. My granted, it's the wintertime. I'm in Columbus, Ohio. Wintertime. I grabbed my keys. I grabbed my phone. I ran out the house so fast. I had honestly, I had some boxers on, and I had a t-shirt. It's the wintertime. 2:30 in the morning. Only black brother in an all white neighborhood. And they ain't want me out there as it was, because they used to call the cops on me and all types of crazy stuff when I moved out there. Right? What I look like knocking on these white folks' door. Two 2 o'clock in the morning in my drawers, right? So sound funny, but it's a true story. Crazy. So I'm sitting there, I'm standing there, right? Now I went from being scared to being mad. And the whole time I can hear my house going crazy. I can still hear it from outside the house. I'm standing outside and I'm trying to call my brother. He ain't picking up his phone. Brother's not picking up his phone at all. So all of a sudden I can hear my mom. I remember being a little kid, my mom would always say, baby, when you're going through something, call on the Lord, call on Jesus. And that's what just kept playing in my mind. Call on Jesus, call on Jesus. And I ran in my house. I opened up the door and I screamed to the top of my lungs, in the name of Jesus Christ, get out of my house. And when I tell you, my drawers, my cabinets, my doors, my screen door, all the running up and down my stairs, I had hardwood floors. You can imagine the noise. Immediately stopped. The drawers immediately went back to the right place. Soft. Not hard, they didn't slam. Soft. That demon took itself out of my house. I went upstairs in my room. I closed my door. I went to sleep. Granted, I didn't have a car. My car in the shop. Ain't nobody picking up their phone. I literally just went to sleep. Honestly, and this crazy thing is I had the best sleep of my life. Because then I knew that the Lord was going to give me what it took for me to fight off the enemy. And that was his name and his blood and what he did for me. And his name alone makes demons tremble. They run in fear just off his name, you know. And it had to take me to go through those situations to learn that I got the upper hand. And I had to learn I had the upper hand, you know. But even though I knew I had the upper hand, things would still intensify and things got worse, you know. Um, Fast forward, I moved to Los Angeles, California years ago um, to go to film school. Went to MI, Musician Institute, Hollywood, California for film school. And, you know, at the time I moved out there first, and then my ex at the time, she had moved out there, you know, to be out there with me too. Um, but, you know, we was going through a lot in our relationship, and we had been together for quite a while, but we was going through a lot. And she had, you know, we came out, we started living together. We had an apartment, Studio City, you know, in the Valley, California. And I started attending first Crenshaw Christian Center, South Central, the Faith Dome. I can remember being a little kid, and I saw always sometimes watch Apostle Christ on TV. And I'm like, man, I always wanted to go to the Faith Dome because I seen how big the church was, and I liked the dome. It was real nice. But and I always liked Apostle Price. He was always, as a little kid, I mean, I always loved the Lord. I was always intrigued by God, you know. But I remember being a kid and watching him on TV, right? So I went and visited the church, because my ex at the time, she was going to they have another church in New York, another Crenshaw in New York. She was going there, and her brother was going there, and she told me about this one. So I started going to this one, and I rededicated my life to Christ by going to Crenshaw. So fast forward, you know, I started being a usher in church, doing everything in the church, started doing things in church, but I started going. Frederick Price Jr. was doing a series on angels and demons, and it was like a 3 4 week course. I forget how long, but it was quite a while on angels and demons and different situations like that, and so I started going. And I went for very very interesting, learned a lot, and then it was like I think maybe it was like the third week I went, and that particular night was on sex spirits, sex demons, and I don't even want to bring up the names, but it was a particular sex demon, and at the time I was going through a lot, like I said, in my relationship, and at that time, me and my ex, it got so bad we wasn't even sleeping in the same room. She had her own room and I had my own room. We were still living in the same house though, and you know, um, this one particular night, um, at the Bible study, we was talking about this particular spirit, and after the Bible study, I came home and you know, ate a little bit. She went to her room. I know I went to my room. I was watching TV and I was trying to get to sleep, and